Guys, this is an update to the Dynam P61. I'm finished trying to move on from this assembly. As you can see, and I've noted this on RC groups, my left wing lights do work. My right wing lights just stopped working. No reason at all. So anyway, cleaned up the inside of the model. This is a 4S SMC 5000 pack. You'll see I've borrowed out a little bit of room here, and the battery just barely fits, but it's functional weight. And this plane, for whatever reason, does need nose weight. I think guys mentioned that there's a weight back here, so I'm going to definitely take that out. This is the canopy with some added detail of some Park Flyer pilots, just fun scale. Nothing serious at all. I still have to paint the the fuel tanks, and you'll see some added weathering. One thing about Dynam that I have to say is their foam quality overall, that they don't damage on shipping, is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, look, there's no pores at all on this. It's just incredible. Give you an idea, if I can flip this over, put this camera down 1 second. Show you the bottom of the model. So here's the bottom of the model. The CG in the instructions is quite different than what's been noted by some of the individuals flying, like the RC Geek. If you hold your CG at the rear wing with your fingers, that's about 20% of Mach, or 60 centimeters. The instructions suggest 70 to 75, which is a huge difference. That's not a slight difference by any means. So anyway, we're going to do a retract test, see if they're actually working today. They are. These are aftermarket wheels. These are actually the Flightline Spitfire wheels that I had extra, and this is just a Dubro lightweight nose wheel. I borrowed some of the bays to give me more space, and obviously there's weathering here. 3-position flat. Got it on a slow set down, and not really sure where I'm going to go on the settings on this model. So overall, it's a great looking model, but it was filled with stupid challenges, like these wing bolts, these wing screws were missing. So I've actually recessed a nut in the inside attachment to screw these on, because I plan on taking these on and off every time I go to the field, because this is version 2 of the P61, and this has a 1-step connector here versus all the wires seen on version 1. Again, not sure why the lights went out. I may disconnect those wires and see if it's a result of this connection over here. So but overall, it does build into a unique model. I don't think the retracts will last. That's my opinion. This one has a lot of play in it when it's down. So on grass, that play is going to create forward and backward motion, which will probably create the retract to eventually fail. So again, a lot of the things that are not covered when you're assembling this model is the wing assembly, which has been complained. Do not force them in. Make sure your carbon fiber rube is completely cleared. Your carbon fiber tube is completely cleared in your outer wing, because that'll create a gap here if it's not. And on every video I've seen, the wing is not clear for full tube insertion. So again, flipping this over, excuse the camera one more time. Flipping this over. I made this foam box stand That seems to be the best size fit. Again, giving you some details. Their stock battery tray sits on the bottom. If you're going to use the stock tray, absolutely make sure it's glued in. Mine was not. So this is an open area here. I put tape on here to secure the wires. And the last note that I'll tell you is that this is the nose gear wire that runs to a connection right in there. So whatever battery you use, you are going to be pressing against a little circuit board that's back there. So if you have some initial failures in retracts or nose gear, check that first before you go crazy. Otherwise, you're going to have to disassemble this part of the model, disassemble the wings, and get into the wiring. All of these wires come from the assembly of this. On version 2, as you see here, they come up from the middle, so you can easily attach a servo. One of the pioneers of RC groups did the original mods, and Dynam copied their suggestions. The original model had this incredible mess of wires right here, so now they come up through the middle. Great. However, if you do have a problem, you're going to have to unscrew this and fish through those wires to see why something's not working. So anyway, this is the P61. Hopefully the next videos, as soon as it warms up here on the East Coast, will be a maiden flight.